Hey y'all, it's Laura and welcome back to Quick 6x6 Tricks, where I take a 6x6 paper pad and a piece of cardstock and we make a layout. So we're using the Elle Studio Family Fun 6x6 paper pack, and this is part of my stash kit for February. If you haven't checked that out yet, check it out on my playlist of the stash kits. I have both January and February's building stash kits videos, so you can see from the beginning how I chose my papers, why I added certain things to the kit, and see it in more detail. So for this layout, I am going to pull in scraps mostly. Now these are pieces that have already been previously cut into for other layouts. I think I may have even used this particular paper pack for a previous 6x6 tricks video. I do have almost 20 of these up as it happens. So if you really like exploring these 6x6 paper pad techniques, be sure to check out that playlist as well. I do try to organize those for you guys, so if you find a series of mine that you enjoy, you can easily find more just like it. So now I'm going to go ahead and cut into this little floral because I thought it needed a little bit of a floral. Otherwise, you're just sticking to very, very simple patterns, and because we're not going to have a ton of pattern paper on this layout, I thought it would be nice to tuck in a little bit more complicated pattern like a floral and then keep the rest of them fairly simple. Now my idea here is to just have a block of stripes. So from the top down to the bottom, I'm going to have some repeating patterns, but they're not necessarily going to be in the same order. It's just to create this linear block down the center. Now, I am a pretty linear scrapper. That's how I start most of my layouts, is with rectangles of some sort or another, and then just building from there. I use my embellishing generally to soften that linear edge and bring a little bit of whimsy and fun into the layout as I'm creating. So with this particular layout, that's really the way we're going to go. We're going to have this long column down the center at first. I do end up moving this column. I do generally find that I don't love the look of all of my layouts being centered in the middle, both vertically and horizontally on the layout. So especially with a square layout, I find it a little bit more interesting to either have the photos slightly up on the page or slightly below the half point on the page, and that applies both, like I said, horizontally and vertically. So I do tend to shift things over one way or another, and as you'll see, that starts now. I decided to go ahead and shift it over to the left, and then I'll add in my title and journaling to the right in that more open area. This also allows me to leave some white space to help balance out the busyness on the left side. And finding that balance can be a little bit tricky, and I really just think it needs practice. It's just going to take you some time. You're going to have to make some layouts and see what to your eye feels correct. Now this is the title I'm going to use. I just pulled it off of the Dear Lizzie Stargazer sticker sheet, which is one of the sticker sheets I included in my kit. This isn't an overly large kit, just simply because I like to limit my options a little bit. When I'm working in a kit, I have about 10 papers and a few different types of embellishments, but not a ton. The intention here is to create about 8 to 10 layouts, and if I create more, great, but if not, that makes me feel satisfied that I have thoroughly used my kit and I feel like I've gotten my time's worth out of creating the kit. So I am pulling in bits and pieces from a number of places. I have several ephemera packs in this kit. Some of them were partial, some of them were full, and you know what? It's a lot of fun to play with. I really am enjoying this kit. It's nice and bold and primary colors, and that's not something that I normally reach for often. Typically, I go to my boy layouts to do primary colors, but this layout features two of my kids, my oldest two, a 16-year-old boy and a 14-year-old girl, and they were going ziplining. And this was pretty interesting. I know that my oldest had been ziplining before, but at this point, I'm not sure if Chloe had done high in the air ziplining. She'd done low to the ground, but I'm not sure if she had done a lot of high in the air. And this was kind of like a ziplining trail. So you zipline from one tree to another tree, you stopped, kind of walked around the tree, and then ziplined again. And you did it several times to different trees. And so they were all excited. They climb up this giant tower to get up to the trees, and my daughter panicked. And I don't blame her because it was very high up. And so she decided that she was going to go ahead and take a pass on the super high zip line and come back down and do the shorter zip line, which, let me tell you, I'm not a fan of heights myself, so I did not blame her at all for that choice. Her brother, however, had done some high-level zip lining and some ropes courses pretty high in the air, and he didn't have a problem with it. So he went ahead and went, and I'm glad he got to enjoy it. But I just thought it was kind of neat to document this story and talk a little bit about how my daughter is usually the fearless one. She is usually the one who takes on any challenge, no problem, no worries, she just dives right in. But this was a rare moment of caution, and it surprised me. It surprised me that my oldest was the one who was willing to go and that she decided, nah. And I think that's just part of growing up. I think it's just as they change over time, they just become a different people. They just have their experiences become different. They see life differently. And I want to document those differences when I see them. Does that mean she won't jump at the chance for something like this in the future? Absolutely not. I'm sure she will. But in that moment, she hesitated. And you know what? Sometimes that is healthy. Sometimes that is your brain saying, this is not a good idea. And if that's what her brain was saying, I'm glad she listened to it. So now I've added some little butterflies because we're outside. It's a nature layout. Of course I'm going to add butterflies. I've got a little rainbow tucked behind my title. I've added some stars here and there and some stickers onto the different levels of stripes. And this is pretty much how I want to embellish the layout. I wanted to embellish directly onto the stripes and then around the title for the most part. I am adding in my journaling lines here just under my title. This helps to tie in the title and make it feel like it's supposed to be part of the finished layout. And it gives me plenty of space to share my stories. I am going to do some Nuvo drops for some controlled splattering and create some little butterfly trails behind my little butterflies. This adds a little bit of movement and whimsy to the layout. It's just a little bit of fun, something kind of unexpected, unless of course you've been following me because I do it all the time. Adding little dots around the page, just like enamel dots, just around those little clusters, those little embellishment areas. It just adds a nice little bit of controlled splatter. Then I'll come in with some Heidi Swapp Color Shine, which is just a gold ink splatter, and splattering that all around my big clusters. That's it for this one, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Until next time, bye!